How's it going, Bruins fans? Welcome into another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from the Fans First Sports Network on Sports Illustrated. My name is Tom Cavanaugh, your UCLA Bruins Insider. You can follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Today, a lot more of what we did yesterday. UCLA football, those recent draft picks. We talked about Olufemi Oladejo yesterday. Today we're going to talk about Moliki Matavao with the New Orleans Saints. And there was a little bit of conversation that he was able to have with a media member after Sunday's rookie minicamp practice. And he just gave a few answers, just kind of about what it was like transitioning to the Big Ten, what he has learned in his first couple of days in the NFL, and then also just kind of how he emulates his game, who he kind of just takes things from, and we'll get into it. But Moliki, 7th round draft pick for the New Orleans Saints, 248 overall was his selection. Spent his first 2 years at Oregon before transferring to UCLA for the final 2. And his breakout season in 2024 was marvelous. I mean, he was the number 1 pass catcher for the Bruins at the tight end position. Across all receivers, slot, tight ends, doesn't matter, but he was the number 1 pass catcher out of anybody. 41 receptions for 506 yards with 2 touchdowns, averaging 12.5 yards per grab. I mean, he really shined out at the Senior Bowl as well, so got a ton of traction from a ton of teams, and late, the Saints decided to take him. When you look at their tight end room, we had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You had Juwan Johnson and Taysom Hill. Those are 2 big veterans that are going to be kind of manning the front load of that tight end group. But also a little wrench that has been thrown in is that Matavao is going to be probably catching balls from a new quarterback, whether it's a veteran or a rookie, because Derek Carr announced his retirement last week it was, and that kind of threw the wrench into the plans, because it's a lot easier for Moliki to be able to get on the field and catch some balls from a veteran quarterback that has been doing this for a decade or so. A lot tougher when the organization has to worry more so about how is the quarterback going to perform, how is this young guy, if it is a young guy, how are they going to come in and be able to be effective. And usually with a young quarterback, you want some veteran receivers, some veteran pass catchers, which means if they do get a Tyler Shuck, who was their draft pick earlier in this 2025 draft, or somebody else who doesn't have as much experience as Carr, I'd like to think that Taysom Hill and Johnson are going to be the ones getting most of the receptions at the tight end position. But if they do find another veteran, I think Moliki can really find a spot with this team and be able to not have a huge year, but maybe catch 20-some balls for 200-some yards, maybe a touchdown or 2, and just kind of get his feet wet in the NFL in his first season. Especially as a 7th-round draft pick, they don't have enough invested in him to really put him on the field full-time like they would a first or a second-rounder. But, if he's able to continue his success, he'll be just fine. So we'll get into a few comments that he had. Moliki spoke with AP Stedham. He's a media member, part of the AP As We See It podcast. Got to shout out him for his work. And he asked Moliki a litter of questions, starting with what's the best advice someone gave you about playing tight end in the NFL. And he said, really just circled it around versatility. He said, quote, being able to do it all, embrace the blocking role and embrace the pass game, being able to be versatile and just playing hard. That's simple as it gets right there. He's right. As a tight end, you really got to focus on your blocking, especially when you're chipping off the edge there. Might be looking at a defensive end at times, maybe a Mike linebacker trying to blitz, something like that. I think that's really, really key for him. Stedham then later asked, what was your specialty coming into the NFL? What did they like about you, talking about the Saints? He said, my size and athleticism. For my size, being able to get open in the pass game and then being able to put my hand down in the dirt. So kind of just reiterating, talking about his ability to both catch the ball with his size, but also beef up and block when he needs to. Also asked Stedham who are some of the players that he watched growing up that he tries to emulate. Matavao said, number 1, he said Gronk. He said Rob Gronkowski, one of my favorites. And then Jason Witten, which was a pretty cool pull, the Dallas Cowboys veteran, no longer in the league. Those are probably the 2 all-time favorites, he said. Both of those guys were true Ys, putting their hand down and then getting out, converting on third downs, making big plays, explosives. And if you're going to emulate 2 different guys in the NFL or former NFL players, Gronk and Jason Witten, not too terrible to kind of mimic your game after. And then he was asked later about what it was like transitioning to the Big Ten and how did he feel about making that transition in his final year of college football. And he said, I loved it. Definitely just because the level of competition and playing new opponents, playing in the Pac-12 for 3 years, switching it up a little bit, being able to play new competition, better competition was just awesome. I don't think that's more so of a dig at the Pac-12. It's just, when you look at it, Ohio State won the national championship this year, and you also had Michigan who won it the year before. Penn State's no slouch, and it's just a really good conference of teams, and Moliki was able to succeed in that new conference after 3 years in the Pac-12. So I'm really excited to see where his career takes him this season. Like I said, it's going to be tough for him to get on the field if there's not a veteran quarterback at the helm of this team. It's going to be a lot easier for him to catch passes from a guy that knows exactly what he's doing rather than being a rookie tight end and maybe a rookie second-year quarterback out there. So I'm hoping all the best for Moliki, and through minicamp, and then once he gets with the full team and starts OTAs and workouts and everything, it should be a great time. So we'll keep you updated on him as well as all the other Bruins that were drafted this year and all the rest that are left in the NFL still grinding their way to a Super Bowl. That's going to do it for us here in the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from the Fans First Sports Network. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. Once again, follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X, and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI. That is both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. We will be back tomorrow talking more UCLA athletics.